where the story gets interesting. This is where the narrative gets very interesting. We find that in Genesis chapter 37, verses 18 through 20. And it says, when Joseph's brothers saw him coming, they recognized him in the distance. As he approached, they made plans to kill him. Here comes the dreamer, they said. Come on, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns. We can tell our father a wild animal has eaten him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams. So here it is. His brothers are going off there to take care of the flock. They take him to a distance. And his father tells them to go check on your brothers. So they see Joseph coming. And they say, look at that fellow. He had a conversation about the brother. That's the brother, that's the fellow that talking about we're going to bow down to him and worship him. This is our opportunity, fellas. This is our opportunity. We're going to throw him in this cistern, this hole. Yep. And we're going to kill him like a wild animal has eaten. This is what jealousy can do. That your own family members will throw you into a pit. Leave you there. But watch what happens in Genesis chapter 37, verse 26 to 27. This is where the lie comes in. This is where they begin to justify their behavior. It says, Judah said to his brothers, what will we gain by killing our brother? We'd have to cover up the crime. Instead of hurting him, let's sell him to those Ishmaelite traders. And watch what they say. These scheming, conniving brothers who want to kill him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood, and his brothers agree. Now think about this. They want to throw him into this pit, and then they say, well, no, we won't kill him. Let's sell him as a slave to the Israelites. They say, yeah, that's better. At least we're not killing him. He's our brother. In their minds, they had justified, they had rationalized that was okay. They had allowed jealousy to blind them. This is a warning for you and I. Don't allow jealousy to blind you in your actions. Now it's getting quiet up here. How y'all doing in virtual space? It's getting quiet. You know we've been places where we have been jealous of somebody. We've seen God use them, and we've seen them be elevated at work, and we start doing stuff justifying in our minds. You know, you might be working with a coworker. Now, none of you guys have seen this on TV. You haven't done this. but you see a coworker that's being promoted or doing well, and they come and ask you for something. Now, you have this stuff in your desk. You got the information. Go get it somewhere else. Now, in your mind, that sounds good. Because you justified that that's okay. But yet still you guys are working on the same project, seeking the same goal, but you justify, hey man, that's all right. Because you are now jealous of what God is doing in their lives. And I think it could be another Christian. I think it could be, God forbid, it could be somebody in one of our churches you work with. But you have justified that your actions are okay. Because your heart is gripped with that green eye monster. Jealous. I'm moving on. I need some water.
Take your time. Take your time.
Danger number 3. Jealousy can cause you to be blind to your own sin. You become so jealous of people, a person, that you become blind to the fact that you're in the situation you're in, not because of that other person, but because of your sin. But you get jealous at the other person and begin to blame them, point the blame on him, when your very sin is staring you in your face. And you're in the condition you are not because of him, but because of what you have done. 1 Samuel chapter 18 is a very familiar story between David and Saul. 1 Samuel 18 verses 6 through 9 say this. When the victorious Israelite army was returning home after David had killed the Philistines, women from all the towns of Israel came out to meet King Saul. They sang and danced for joy with tambourines and cymbals. This was their song. Saul has killed his thousands and David his 10,000. This made Saul very angry. Once this, he said, they credited David with 10,000 and me with only thousands. Next, they'll be making him their king. Sorry to tell you, Saul, you're a little too late on that. So from that time on, Saul kept a jealous eye on David. Saul kept a jealous eye on David. Now, when you begin to really look at what does that jealous eye mean, what does that mean in that context? It's ugly. It's ugly. It essentially means that when Saul saw the actions of David, he saw them through the lens of jealousy. Yeah. It was as if everything David did, Saul was jealous of. And he thought it was making him look bad. That's a bad place to be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a bad place to be. But here's what really messed me up. Saul is upset that the women are saying David, they're not saying, they're singing about it. That's the worst actually. They make a song about it.
Here you go.
So they're singing about David. They're probably, singing it in the Jasmine Sullivan voice or whoever y'all like. Singing it, and it's really making Saul upset. And he's mad because of that. But what Saul failed to realize, he was losing his kingdom not because of David, but Saul was losing his kingdom because of his own sin. He was so blinded by jealousy that he didn't see. That was the reason.
Yep.
Because that was chapter 18, but prior to that, in chapter 13, we're going to examine it. This is why he lost his kingdom. 1 Samuel chapter 13, verses 8 through 14. They say this. Saul waited there 7 days for Samuel, as Samuel had instructed him earlier. But Samuel didn't come. Saul realized that his troops was rapidly slipping away. So he demanded, bring me the burnt offering and the peace offerings. And Saul sacrificed the burnt offering himself. Just as Saul was finishing with the burnt offering, Samuel arrived. Saul went out to meet him and welcome him. But Samuel said, what is this you have done? Saul replied, I saw men scattering from me, and you didn't arrive when you said you would, and the Philistines are a mixture ready for battle. I can imagine he's saying it real fast because he knew they messed up. So I said, the Philistines are ready to march against us in Gilgal, and I haven't even asked for the Lord's help. So I felt compelled to offer the burnt offering myself before you came. Watch what Samuel says. How foolish, Samuel exclaimed. You have not kept the command of the Lord your God gave you. Had you kept it, the Lord would have established your kingdom over Israel forever. But now, your kingdom must end. For the Lord has sought out a man after his own heart. The Lord has already appointed him to be the leader of his people because you have not kept the Lord's commandments.